Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Super Mario All-Stars. In this episode, we're playing Super Mario Bros. 2. And of course, the last episode we finished up the Lost levels, which was rather difficult. Super Mario 2 is not as difficult as the Lost levels. It's got some challenges to it. This is, of course, the remake. The original game came out in 1998. And came out when the Nintendo Power magazine came out as well. The backstory is a little strange, though. So let me go ahead and let you read through that. So we dreamed about some sort of mysterious land, and there was a ladder there. Well, anyways, we've got 4 different players we can choose from for each level. Each one has different weaknesses and strengths. The first level I'm going to choose Toadstool. Toadstool is actually the quickest in terms of speed. He's a short jumper, but he's very strong as well. And what do I mean by strength? Well, you'll see in a moment. But first, let's go through the door. You'll also notice towards the upper left-hand side, we have these hearts. Those are our vitality points. And we have 2 vitality points first, but if we are lucky enough and we use this potion to go into the sub-zone, sometimes we can find these mushrooms that increase our vitality points. And we can also get coins in the sub-zone as well. Coins will be used for something else down the road. We can have a maximum of 4 vitality points in each level, and some levels will only give us up to 3 vitality points. And sometimes we have to actually find where that mushroom is to give us more vitality points. The first level is pretty straightforward here. We can pick up vegetables from the ground. And in terms of strength, by Toadstool's strength, it really means that he's able to pick up enemies and vegetables really quickly. You see there. He's actually the quickest one of them all that can pick up anything out of the ground. We've got some ninjas here. Sometimes they move, sometimes they're stationary. Now we can take a right path or a left path. The left path is actually a shortcut. You also have the ability to do a super jump. A super jump is done by just pressing down and ducking until you start flashing, and you'll get a higher power jump. The bombs here will explode after about, I think if you count down from 6. You'll notice here that music, well, let me go ahead and get out of here for a second, because I didn't show you something else. To get up here, you'd also need a super jump. But I want you to remember that music, because it'll kind of explain where that shortcut goes. And it's kind of a one-way shortcut as Toad, too, so I don't want to take it just yet, because I'll skip past the rest of the level. Get rid of the Shy Guy here. Shy Guy has a mask because he's shy. He's a guy, so he has a penis. I guess. I don't know. And if you throw the enemies on the ground, they will actually bounce back. So, you can't really get rid of them that easily unless you throw them in front of another enemy. And I grabbed some more coins there. This is a hoopster, by the way. You can either kill the hoopster that way, or you can actually ride on top of them. How we're supposed to get up to the next area? Well, you could jump onto the right platform and upwards, but the easy way to do it is just to jump on the ninjas. Also, the collision detection with the enemies is a little better than Super Mario Bros. In the Lost levels, but it's still a little closer than you'd think it would be. We can also jump on top of the hoopsters here. They look like the little ladybugs, I guess. We've got a lot of vines in this level. Vines are going to be different. There aren't going to be blocks that we have to jump up and hit. This enemy is Birdo, and I think the manual hinted that it was a boy that wanted to be a girl, so it was a transvestite. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'd have to double check, but I distinctly remember hearing about that. I think that was the first time I ever heard about transvestism, was this game. And of course I heard about it again in Rocky Horror Picture Show. Anyway, the bonus chances at the end of each level, if you get enough coins, you can actually play the lottery and get more 1-ups. 3 cherries will give you 3 up. 1 cherry will actually give you 1 up. So, however many cherries you have in consecutive order from the beginning, from the left-hand side, will be how many lives you can get. You can also get a lot more lives that way. Well, first of all, if you get something that doesn't match, like that, then it's a wasted chance. If you get all 7s, you get 10 up. So that's nice. So we've got 21 extra lives now. Well, 22 extra lives. And I'm going to throw the match for the rest of the level. I'm not going to grab coins as much as possible because we've got plenty of lives now, and this is going to be a no-death run as much as I'm going to try to do that. I think if I can do a Lost Levels no-death run, then this is going to be not a problem to do a no-death run. So let's go ahead and go with Luigi this time. Luigi is one of the slower characters. He's not very strong either. But you'll notice he's an excellent jumper. And there's some discrepancy in some of the wikis and some of the guides on which jumpers are the best and the farthest. Some say Toad is the farthest jumper, but technically if you super jump and run with Luigi, I think you can actually jump further than the princess. And we'll play as the princess soon enough. I've actually found a wiki guide that can give us a fair chance at showing off all of the characters. And we can't go down these jars here. We don't have pipes, but we do have the jars. And they're like a TARDIS. They're much bigger on the inside than they are on the outside. We don't need the one up here, but I wanted to show you there. And that enemy down there was a tweeter. Get rid of the ninja here. There's also a shortcut we can take over here. If you don't want to do this whole key rigmarole, super jump as the ninja hits the top as Luigi, and you can go up there. But we're going to show you the long way through the level. I'm going to show you the long way through the level as much as I can in this game, including World 7. And it's kind of odd that this game has only 7 worlds, and most of the other Mario games have 8 worlds. Well, except for Mario 64, obviously. The cherries are another mechanism in the game. If you get 5 cherries, you'll actually get a Starman. And it's a Starman, it's not a star. Because the star is actually a separate entity that you can collect in other games. Like Mario 64, the star is not something that gives you invincibility. Something else gives you invincibility in Mario 64. Well, to a degree anyway. Now here you kind of want to go ahead and bomb those blocks there. Because if you do, you'll have access to the subzone and the extra mushrooms, so you can get another vitality point. This whole area is called Subcon, and the native inhabitants that are helpful to you are called Subcons too, as far as I'm aware. And it didn't hit me for a long time what Subcon actually meant. And when you think about it, it's really obvious, especially when you consider the ending of this game, so I'm not going to spoil it for you yet. But if you can think of what Subcon means, well, yeah. And by whatever reason, of course, you haven't played this game before, which most people have, but some people haven't, then I don't want to spoil it for you. Here's another Birdo. It's a little more difficult as Luigi, though. Because you have to really time your jumps. Kind of jump a little before he spits out the egg. Or she spits out the egg. We're not fighting Frankenfurter here. Yeah, I bet Tim Curry wouldn't turn down the role to play Birdo. He never turns down any role, does he? He was in Stephen King's It. He was in The Shadow. He was a transvestite. He was in The Worst Witch. The Grand Wizard. But anyways, this level, World 1-3, has kind of an interesting feature with the subzone here. Of course, the first one is easy to get to, the first mushroom. But the next mushroom is actually somewhat difficult to get. Not as bad as some of the mushrooms in some of the future worlds. Thankfully I landed on a trouter there. That's the fish, trouter. Get rid of the Shy Guys. Sometimes the enemies will actually respawn on the left-hand side there, or the right-hand side. And if I hadn't mentioned, that's actually a new feature to Super Mario Bros. 2. You can actually go back and forth in the level, and that's pretty neat that they allowed you to do that. And I'm not really sure why games are pretty much omnidirectional until about this game, but they were. Anyways, you have to jump back up there on the logs there to get that mushroom. And the subzone potion will actually respawn Well, I think it will respawn. Well, at least if you go in this door and come back out again. This is another vertical area. This game also introduced vertical areas and vertical levels, which was kind of interesting. You also don't have to use those Toadstool blocks. You can just throw the Shy Guy up there. And avoid Sparko, or the Sparks. I call them Sparkos. I think the manual really just calls them Sparks. And we got another Phantom here. And I've noticed with the Phantom, it's a lot scarier than it really is. A lot of times he'll run away from you, and he really won't attack you that much. Just keep moving, and you'll be fine. Especially in this level, for some reason I lose him completely. And I'm not really even sure why that happened, but it did. And remember to fall back towards the right here, otherwise you're going to land in these spikes. Avoid the sparks again. This area is kind of neat, by the way. You'll notice the blocks there, and the way the Sniffit walked and the Tweeter walked. Well, you can just go this way and use the power block. You can get rid of all of them. Now the Starman, I thought about seeing if it was possible to use the Starman against the very last enemy, which you'll see in a moment. But there's no way. Even if you get the last cherry at the last minute, it's not going to happen because not only do you have to wait for this eagle to open, but you actually have to bomb your way through this area as well. So unless you use some sort of a weird Game Genie code, you're not going to be able to use a Starman against this guy. But I did want to bomb the spark there. This last enemy is called Mauser, and it kind of looks like he's surrounded by a bunch of Legos, but it's not. It's just kind of weird looking beams or blocks. Random piece of trivia, Nintendo actually had a form of Lego. I think they were called N and S blocks, I think they were. But anyways, we need to hit him 3 times, and we got him. Now I also wanted to mention that if you made it this far, then you're interested obviously in watching a Let's Play. Please subscribe to the channel because there will be probably a video every other day or every day for this game until it's done. So that's 7 videos, So please rate, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'm not really promoting this very much, but anyways, it's time for the one bonus area in this level, or this world, and that's in World 1-3. If you take the potion and you go all the way over here, you can actually go down this pipe into World 4. So thank you so much for watching. Let's play Super Mario Bros. 2. In the next episode, we'll take care of World 2. Have a good day. Bye.